I'm Batman. I'm Batman. No, I'm Batman. No, I'm Batman. No, I'm Batman. I'm T-Man.
Fab Studios presents Figure Action. That one's me.
Oh.
I thought that was going to be the whole thing. Wrap it up.
I heard you're the most chill T-Man. Swear to me.
The original version had him going, justice.
Well, after Robert Pattinson's movie, if it ever comes out, you can do that.
That's true.
That's
true. I think
2022.
2022. Well, what's going on, everybody? It's Thursday night, and it's 9 o'clock. So if you're watching us here live on YouTube, and yeah, Sportimus, really.
Really?
Yes. So
I also want to point out real quick that the production value of our skits will go up exponentially with the Fap Shop purchases.
Oh yeah,
That money will then go right into the show for high value production and return to thumbnails with Joe's.
There is a direct correlation between my time and level of like caring and giving a fuck and how much thumbnails we make. I feel the same way about the skits. Like the more time, if we start earlier in the week, production value is way up.
That's true.
If it's Thursday morning and we don't have a skit,
that. I never thought I would read that.
Well, anyway, I think Oh, but did you think you'd read this?
I would have thought it would be the other way around. To be honest,
the chat is so divided.
But you know what? The chat may be divided, but we, gentlemen, are united.
There you go.
Voltron?
Because we love toys. We're here to talk about toys, and that's. Dude, I feel like I'm about to do like the Dragon Ball, the Death Ball with this.
That makes me Yellow Lion, doesn't it? For Voltron.
It makes T the pink lion. I mean the blue lion.
There's no pink. Damn it, Dave!
He ruined Voltron.
Are you on a toy show? Christ.
You know what can't be ruined is Obasa slamming that like button because it helps us out. What else can't be ruined? Hitting that subscribe button if you're not subscribed already, ringing that notification bell if you haven't done so already, and popping into the live chat where we love our audience. We love to make you all part of the show as we go along. And yeah, we're most definitely divided. Not divided. We're most definitely united, but we are divided.
Alyssa, hi. Andrew, hi. Sorry, they're my favorite couple. They're my favorite couple that's in the show. They make me happy.
They finally got internet in their house, and they're watching us on the big screen tonight.
Big screen.
Wow.
Well, in that case, then
I never thought about that. Let me do that over here.
You're gonna get like a 2-second delay over there, or 5-second delay.
That's when we see T doing like this.
No, they're watching T's little patch of gray in his beard, like on the.
No, I was getting ready to say, T, you look amazing.
It's spot on. Look, he's even posing.
You not only in high definition, but you were a nice profile shot there.
He's got like the GQ.
Just amount of distinguished gray.
Thank you.
He's available, ladies. He's available.
He is available.
Send us a DM.
Maybe the lights are helping the internet come in.
Whatever works.
Must be helping with the looks too.
Well, speaking of a man that doesn't need a haircut, Mr. Joe Craft.
I don't need a haircut. If I had hair, I'd be pulling it out. But I'm doing pretty good, and I got a decent haul here this week, and it started off pretty rocky. I thought for a minute my order from Shozi was just completely ruined. I ordered Blast Off, Onslaught, and Vortex, and I started off with 2 packages that came in the other day, and they were both Blast Off. I got 2 Blast Off. So I thought that was it. I thought that was the whole order, and I'm like, oh no, what am I going to do? And then today, I did message them. Soji did finally reply, and they said, no, your third package is still coming. So I did get whatever this is. I don't know if any of you could tell me. Maybe someone in the chat could tell me.
Oh, that's from that one episode in season 3, Carnage in C minor.
Yeah.
When Bruticus is with the Combaticons.
Is this supposed to come packaged this way?
No.
It was sealed. It was taped all 4 sides. Nothing was cut open. And immediately when I was pulling it out of the box, I was like, something's not right. I thought maybe they just had them in like ready to combine mode, which would be kind of weird because normally they're going to choose to give you the bot mode or the alt mode.
Yeah.
And this is, as I pulled them out of the box, I noticed it's like halfway in between transformed combined mode and onslaught bot mode. So
he's supposed to come in truck mode.
I like him.
Really?
Like
I don't think.
Yeah. What kind of box do you have?
I don't even think it's possible that he could be in truck mode in this. The clamshell is clearly.
Oh wow, that's different than.
That's new.
Yeah.
The clamshell is definitely a bot mode clamshell.
Yeah. So they must have changed the packaging because mine is he was packaged in truck mode. It was like kind of like.
And this is the box.
Weird.
So,
yeah,
I that really threw me for a loop. I thought maybe I got like a weird like chase variant that you didn't know you were trying to chase after.
How did Blastoff come packaged?
Blastoff came in bot mode.
Which Blastoff?
And
I'm sorry, Vortex. Or not Vortex, then.
But Blastoff, yeah, I don't have Vortex yet. I'm waiting to hear back from them because they said, "Can you send us a picture?" And I said, I literally told them I have 2 Blastoffs. They wanted a picture of it. So I just sent them a picture of 2 Blastoffs. Like, I don't understand why I needed to send a picture of 2 Like, did they expect to get a picture of a Blastoff and a Vortex and then prove me wrong? Like, I'm pretty... Oh, wow, yeah.
So that's the one I got. Sportimus chimed in and said that the China version is in bot mode.
Oh, I got the China version.
Well, I mean, it makes sense if you got it from Show Z.
I mean, that does make sense.
That's weird.
I guess I'm going to have to quarantine now. Yeah. But anyway, I got some other stuff, too. I got a Cheryl Breaker. And I got a mostly naked Jiren.
Yeah.
With some incredible muscle definition. I mean, look at that.
Jesus.
Oh, my.
I feel objectified as a male because there's no way I could realistically get that body.
And this is the first time I've done this. I don't know if you guys can notice if I can get it to like focus. If you ever get any of these DBZ figures that are like the battle damage ones, Gundam marker, it brings out the definition and the there you go, the scars. Yeah, it wanted to focus for a second, but anyway, I think it looks a lot better that way.
Reminds me of that line from Step Brothers. I've had a carb since 2004.
I was going to say, how did he get those scars? Gundam marker.
the Joker's seeking.
That's it for me.
Good stuff.
I got something else you got.
Oh,
I do have one other thing that you're holding a high. I guess I'll get that Saturday.
Nope, you had something else.
Oh, something else?
Keep thinking.
Oh yeah.
Chlamydia?
I got this awesome Onyx Prime exclusive.
I'm never gonna live that one down.
Yeah,
chlamydia?
This is awesome. Who would have ever thought that we would get the Onyx Prime deco? But
I was chuckling too because as you were like ranting in the chat that it's got to be Onyx Prime, T had just almost like a minute earlier sent me a picture of it. Like, all these texts of you coming through trying to convince us, and I'm looking at the picture of it like, yeah.
He was making a case for it.
I was making a case.
Sportimus is picturing Dave's body under that shirt.
Oh.
If Jiren's got a 6-pack, I got a Heineken keg can right here, okay? I am...
That's awkward.
I've got a cake.
T-Man has got this smoldering look going on right now.
He does.
He's
messed with the lighting now too.
Dude, that is your dating profile right there.
He's afraid to break the pose. He's like somebody's sketching him. Is someone in the chat sketching him? Is that what's going on here?
Think.
The TV is right here, and I'm looking at the.
Told you would be doing that.
Print screen me like one of your French girls.
Hey, T-Man, how was your week?
Yeah.
Yeah, since we're here.
Let me switch the camera around. My week has been good. I've been out with the wacko people, trying not to get sick. Yeah, there we go.
The sacrifices you make for toys.
Yeah, exactly. But I got a lot of them. It's almost like a Kevin Womack haul if they were still in the boxes.
And two of them. Everything.
Yeah. So I got Rogue and Pyro right here, who I super like. Pyro. Rogue, I'm going to have to call up Hasbro Pulse. You ain't going to be able to see it, but half of the paint, there we go. Half of the paint on her neck is gone, so it's just green plastic right there. And that don't look pretty. And I don't have any Caucasian skin paint.
That's good.
Moving on.
And I finally picked up this Grimlock from Cyberverse. He's cool. He doesn't have the best range of motion in the elbows, but he's mostly cool. And I don't think I showed this. I can't remember when I got this Red Stripe Fortnite Dew from Mcfarland. Can't remember if I showed this Crab I got from Joe Crab. I might have showed it. I'm not sure. But I got videos on him, and I got videos on Ironhide and Prowl. I bought this last week, but I didn't show it. This little tiny Cardoon, the carbonized version. No, that's not a 6-inch action figure. I got Fast Track, Run Amok. Nate Simmons sent me this Purge Trooper, Electro Staff Purge Trooper. I think that's what his name is.
Mm-hmm.
Indoor Princess Leia.
What's that?
Have a review on her.
Gita, those flame effects. Those flame effects come with Pyro. Just so you know.
Yeah,
Gita was
they
asking
go
where
on
the flame
his
effects.
fist. Yeah, they go on his fist, but I just stuffed them into his flamethrower hole because I like the way that looked better.
Stuff it in my flamethrower hole.
Oh,
And I love this Princess Leia the way she looks. But $20, she's tiny. And Nate also sent me Thunder Howl right here. Thank you, Nate. I have opinions on him. A lot of opinions. So I don't know if I need to push that up in my review queue.
Does he, again, not to spoil the review or anything, is it just me or does he remind you of like an upscaled, like Fusors Transmetal 2 era Beast Wars basic figure?
Actually, he reminds me of a Battle Beast.
If it wasn't so blocky, it probably would. It's like one of those basic, like an upscale basic mixed with the ugly, the horrible Cyberverse figures that stopped people from collecting Cyberverse until these came out.
Because the hands on them are
steps backwards.
Yeah.
Like this shin does not lock into place right here.
Mine has the same issue. I had to put the Kiki joint tightener on there.
That's even worse.
Starring case is a Zords. I think Zoids. Yeah.
And this head, like, what is this?
Yeah.
That feels like a knockoff.
I do agree with Dave, though. That does look like a robotic beast. What are they called, Dave? Beast.
Battle Beast from the 80s.
Battle Beast.
Battle Beast. Yeah, Battle Beast. Yeah, he does.
Wood, fire beats wood.
I used to like that, but I can't remember jack from it.
It was just a commercial.
How do you like the Purge Trooper, though?
I like him. I was shocked I was able to get with this thigh-high boot thing, which you can't see because his outfit is too dark, and these lights suck. This online camera sucks. I was shocked I was able to make him kick up.
Now, will they ever sell? Will they ever release the binge troopers?
I don't know. He looks good. He has a lot of detail and a lot of paint. It kind of reminds me of a step between Stormtrooper and Darth Vader.
In the game, they're supposed to be like the remnants of the clone troopers.
Oh yeah. If I play that game again, I'm gonna have to start over from the beginning because I know I don't know how to play and I don't know what's going on.
It's a steep learning curve, but like it's like once you get it, you get it. But yeah, it takes some.
Once you stop, it's over. But
I gave up that game.
Oh wait! I'm lying. Tonight I found something, and if you already went to my Instagram, you saw it already.
I'm envious. I am beyond envious right now.
A ton of people. Nate sent me a message I didn't get to listen to yet. Where I think he said he hates me. $40.
Did you find that, or?
I found it tonight at Ross. I went past it, and then I went to the
Was it just one there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have some tables set up with toys on it. I looked there first because I was like, I know they're not going to put this big box over there on the wall where everything else is. So I went over there anyway for no reason. Then when I went back, it was just sitting there like somebody put it there after I left. The lady said, "Oh, this is the second one we sold today, or whatever." And she's like, "Well, $40, that's a lot." I was like, "Well, it used to be 160 something."
Yeah, right.
So 40 is way better. But I'm happy. Go to my Instagram if you want to see this silly little video I made. Who next?
All right. Well, next up, Dave.
Yeah, that's what I was going to pick.
Ooh, and I'm in high definition in somebody's house right now. Hi. Not a bad week. We may actually be pushing our closing up a little more, so I'm really excited for that. We might be closing on the 2nd as opposed to the 14th. So if that's true, then less than a month to go until closing, and that means about a month to go till I get my house in my basement, baby. So I'm excited for that. Fortunately, there is no insane weasel about to tackle me tonight, so I feel my neck is safe tonight.
Until she hears that you called her a weasel.
Oh, you do not understand. Okay, that kid loves professional wrestling. All right, so her coming off the top rope like that's no problem. She is excited for AEW Full Gear this weekend. I'm having to buy wrestling pay-per-views because of this kid, and yeah, her favorite wrestler is Orange Cassidy, in case anybody wonders. But got some fun stuff this week. From Amazon, got the Mcfarland Flash Red Death 2-pack. And they've, of course, Walmart also decided to tell me that they're delaying my Flash single release pack. Yay, because that has the lightning effects. And Walmart's now supposed to be doing a Red Death single release that will also probably have lightning effects. But this one comes with a funky rock. So, cool. Also got my Mcfarland Devastator.
Yay.
Which is one of the few ones I've opened up and the leg popped off. Yeah, and I'm not fans with how the hinge system is on this. So I hate to say it, if I can find another one of these, I'm going to do a box switch on it. But my God, yes, the weight on this thing is insane. And then I also got my Grim Knight, which, like I said, when I get this house, I'm going to be taking so many damn photos of these things. I'm like going to take a day off, pop 2 Adderall, and just be taking photos all night, I swear. And then, I know that's a lot of Mcfarland right there. I got a Hasbro thing. I actually got a Hasbro box. And I got my Pit of Judgment set.
Yay! Are you going to open that, or are you just going to leave it
No,
at
this one I think I'm keeping the backdrop. I'm keeping everything, but this one I think has to be opened and taken out of the plastic to really set it up properly.
Yeah, you're gonna do it like I did it.
I mean, the Lord Dracon thing, that's one thing that looks too perfect in the box. This needs a little bit of flair, and I really do want to mess with these guys, which now means I have to pick up at least 2 more Alicons, and I probably don't need to buy a loose Quintesson, though, with this guy. So, except the loose Quintesson comes with the rifle, doesn't it?
Well, that comes with the rifle as well.
Oh, okay, then I got no need to buy a loose Quintesson.
Yeah, they don't skimp you on any of the accessories.
This one, this is... I mean, the box is beautiful. This isn't a box I want to trash because this really does pay homage to everything to it.
They don't make them like that anymore.
Even though they made it this year.
I know.
They don't make them like that anymore, even though it just came out.
I know, but it's like I miss the days of like when you would go in Toys R Us and see something like that on a shelf.
Oh yeah, I mean this back box art is a poster unto itself.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of love here.
It just kind of says something for a year where convention. I mean, again, they probably didn't know when they designed all this, but for a year when conventions didn't even happen, I mean, they designed that. Oh, I guess technically in Asia, people have posted that that's on sale in like Taiwan and Singapore.
Well, I'm happy to get it, and thank you, Hasbro Pulse. You guys didn't do me dirty. For now. They're treating me better than GameStop did, that's for sure. Those are fucking jerks. But that's my week.
Right on. Well, next up, Matt, how the hell are you? And did you get anything cool?
I'm splendid. My work week is over. I'm off tomorrow, so sorry about you. But what did I get? I used a in-stock price tracker for Amazon on a couple of things, so I was able to get my Red Ninja through Amazon at retail price.
I need to order some of those stands still.
Yeah, these stands, I recommend these things, man. They're I mean, yeah, it's beefy, it's chunky, but it does the trick. And like shockingly, they don't overcomplicate the mechanism here. There's no locking mechanism to it. You just slide it down, and then the weight of the figure holds it in place. So I really like the design. And the Red Ninja is cool. He's probably one of my favorite G.I. Joes so far. G.I. Joe figures. So I have another one coming in from Nate when he gets his in. So I'll have the 2 that I want and be done with it. And hopefully everybody that wants one can get them since they're, mass release and not fucking Target only. So that's good. I also ordered and received not an old Mandalorian figure, but a custom cape through Rebel 10 Customs on Instagram. I'll actually drop her link in the show description later in the evening, but that's the cape. It's wired, fully posable, awesome fabric. It's been weathered. It's been, well worn. It comes out of the package like already with the creases, and it's not like a flat piece. She takes the time and almost like she ironed it over and folded it and made it so it lays correctly. She has the opening piece up here, so you don't have to remove the head at all from the figure. You can just slip it over and you're good to go. The color scheme on this one is the Beskar armor one. I don't have the Beskar armor Mandalorian yet. I'm waiting for Nate to get his in and send me mine. So then this will come off of this guy and go into the proper one. I definitely wanted it because of the jetpack, because the other one looked stupid with the jetpack. So now with this, it'll look a lot better, and I can have some flight poses with the cape on. But I got a couple of pictures of this guy on my Instagram. It's awesome.
It looks really good. Recommended. Looks really good. Speaking of that Beskar armor one, I want one. So
Nate, keep an eye out.
Look me up.
Okay. And I will also keep an eye out, but I don't know. I don't even think I've ever seen the regular one in stores besides the one time when I bought it. So the next figure I have here, I never got to pre-order. They went up and got sold out were sold out immediately. So it was the only one of these that I really wanted. But I'm not going all in on these damn things. They're crazy and ridiculous.
I was going to ask her. I saw the ugly sweater ones today.
Which ones?
The Walmart ones?
The Walmart, yeah. I might get one of those because I thought that was a neat idea. But I'm a little more excited for this guy because did you guys see the Lego Star Wars holiday special that's coming out? The trailer dropped today. It actually looks really good, in my opinion. I mean, it's Lego Star Wars. It's really low, stake kind of thing. But I don't know. This guy's really cool. Obviously, the candy cane doesn't come with him. That's with the Jazzwares dude, the Walmart exclusive from last year. But yeah, he's pretty cool. The weird thing though, also the painting on the feet is really good. That the snow effect. Yeah, I like that.
How did you store the thing on his back?
It's a very tiny rubber band.
Oh, okay.
Yep, just a rubber band. It's also how I got Dio on there. I can move his arm and he should just stay there. The weird thing is that the regular Trooper release has a fabric overlay here, and then this is hard plastic. I'm not sure why they did that because this really restricts head movement even more on this damn helmet. I didn't even notice that until I got out of the package. I'm like, oh yeah, the other one had the fabric piece, but this one doesn't. So not sure about that. Why they made that change probably has something to do with cost. But that, and then the only other thing I got that's in the display case right now that Joe already showed off was the MMC exclusive Not Batman figure. So mine had a breakage right out of the box. It was one of the fins on his back had snapped. It was very easily fixed. It's not an intricate part of transformation. It doesn't move, so it was fine. I glued it. I stuck it back where it needed to go, glued it, and left it for like 2 or 3 hours, and it's fine. So I'm not stressed about it. Although I will say, Joe, when we opened his, the metal pieces were poking through the cape a little bit on yours. You remember?
Yeah.
Mine were perfect out of the box, but then I just noticed today that the same thing's happening on mine. So I guess it's just an overtime kind of thing. I'm guessing if you put the metal back in and then put a little dab of glue on the end, won't even notice.
I just folded it over.
Yeah, you just hooked it, right?
Yeah, it's not really that noticeable.
No, it's not. It's a tiny wire too. So that's been my haul, I believe. That's been my week. Has been just fine, and now I'm here with you guys. Let's send it over to Jordan. See how his week's going.
All right. Well, so I'm doing pretty good. This week went by pretty fast. It's just like, what are we in? I've lost track of how many weeks we've been like this, but everything's starting to blend in, and I'm just really ready to get into the holidays. So starting off, I got myself from Target's website the holiday, the Santa Range Trooper, which it was interesting. I don't know if this is like a little life hack or not, but I went on Target's app and it said in my store that he was available for pickup. They didn't have him on the shelf. So I did a store pickup, and they basically an hour and a half later sent me a message saying like, oh, sorry, we don't have this in stock. We want to make this right. We can send it to you for free shipping. So I got the figure with free shipping at retail cost, which is awesome.
Not Walmart for me. Walmart's like, okay, sorry, you're canceled.
Yeah, Walmart and their fuckery. But from Amazon, I got myself a Trailbreaker. So now I just need Sunstreaker, and I'll finish out that wave. I also got Fast Track from Amazon. And I also got the Prowl and Ironhide 2-pack. And I love this Dotson mold. This Prowl, though. I'm sorry, this Ironhide, though. Prowl's awesome. I'd say get the pack for Prowl. I've seen a lot of people breaking the gun. I didn't have any issues getting it out of the box. I'd say go for if you open it up, just push this part out first. But yeah, like my good friend Deluxe Baldwin broke his gun. So he's like, yeah, I guess Prowl has a pistol now. I'm like, contact Amazon. Sportimus asks, how's Fast Track? I think he's pretty good. On mine, the tolerances are a little, and I meant to kind of ask you this, but it's like I'm also waiting for the review. Like this cannon you're supposed to put into the shoulders up here. On mine, it doesn't really stay secure at all. So like the tolerances seem a little bit off. So I'm going to hit him with some Kiki. And then he's going to go back into spear mode for Scorponok.
I think Sony had the same issue, but mine's are tight.
Okay, so maybe hitting it with a little bit of Kiki will fix the problem. I like Ironhide. I just, I feel like they didn't put the love into him that they've put into some of the other redos of characters in Earthrise. He's really lazy. Let's see, what else did I get? I got my TFCon exclusives in today from ages 3 and up. Mine, everybody that ordered from Toy Dojo seemed to get theirs pretty early. But A through U, I don't know what it was. I asked them, like, hey, is there an issue with my order? And they didn't respond. But after I sent an email to them, they were like, oh, hey, here's your shipping info. So I got my clear Ravage, Covert Jaguar, and he's pretty cool. It's actually, I don't know, this is an interesting one because for an exclusive, it really doesn't, I don't know, I like how it looks in clear, but I'm probably just going to end up putting him as like my my larger size Ravage in my Decepticon display, because really in person he doesn't look too off from the way Ravage should look. And I have the Cell version of Ravage, but I like him in the cage behind Prowl, fishing the key off of Prowl's little hook. And then I got, like Matt and Joe, I got my Vexo Promenon, and this may very well be my favorite repaint of all time. My favorite.
Of course, because I'm the one guy who didn't get it. He always says that about every figure I don't buy.
I'm not trying to rub salt in the wound. I'm just saying he's really, really good. And you have sent him direct back. Yeah.
Look at it this way, Dave. It could really use an ab crunch.
It could use that.
I have Senator Rat back. I know.
I am not putting the cape on him. I took the cape out, and I found the cape to be pretty flimsy, and I think that the wings do a good enough job of emulating kind of a mechanical cape on him. But really, really happy with this one. I didn't have any issues with like metal poking through, and I don't know if you guys just found it like the cape was just really flimsy. It feels like a really cheap Halloween Grim Reaper costume you'd get at like Walmart for $10. Like that sort of material.
I will say too, like the scarf that comes on the exclusives from Chicago is very substantial and thick material and really nicely done. And it's nowhere. This cape is like that. I have this feeling that the cape was probably a last minute addition that they decided to throw in the box, where the other one was planned out a long time ago.
Well, because none of the photography has the cape on it.
Right. So that was a last minute, like, hey, we have a bunch of black fabric and wire. Let's just make this thing happen. And it's fine. It works for pictures and posing.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel as substantial.
Yeah, I feel like they cut it well. It's just, like you think you put it best. It doesn't feel substantial. And in the box, it shall stay. Like I said, I don't think it needs it, but I just, I don't want to have to go in and dust it or find a, piece of metal sticking out of it. And the wire in mine feels like it's like not long for this world. So I was like, this just can stay in the box. So
good stuff, though. I mean, it's like I said, you don't have to use it.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into some news. We'll start off with the reveal that happened just today. While we've been seeing the Studio Series 86 stuff coming out, the normal Studio Series line is far from finished. And I think we kind of knew this because Revenge of the Fallen, Dark of the Moon, and Age of Extinction had lots and lots of bots. I think the Last Night did as well that still need representation. And we had this in one of the chats, and I forget who made the point. This is Studio Series Bumblebee movie Starscream, and one of you guys made the point that it seems like they made this mold less about Blitzwing and more about.
I think T-Man said it.
Yeah, it was me. Yeah, it looked like they made this version first and then reverse engineered Blitzwing.
I think that's probably the.
That's a lot of undercarriage, though.
Yeah, I mean it's accurate.
It looked like
Blitzwing had a lot less undercarriage than that.
Yeah.
How accurate is that?
It's really accurate. Just not the colors. The colors are way off because none of them were like just bland colors like that. That's what's throwing me off looking at it. The colors I don't think look good, but I'm still going to wind up owning it because it's Starscream.
Those are Starscream colors, though. So
yeah.
But they're a little more muted. You know, it's I don't know. It is weird. He's right. There's some kind of odd contrast going on here, but it's not bad.
It's because all the colors are really bright and they pop, whereas in the movie, it's muted tones, it's dark, it's textured. This almost looks like no texture.
Yeah, it looks like a G1 version of the movie.
Yeah, I think it's just it's still really early. You know, we saw with Blitzwing things changed from the product shots between product shots because we had that one that actually had decent amount of paint, and then we had the one that like the head wasn't painted at all, and then what we got I think was pretty good. It's like here, like a little weird thing. It's like Hasbro is normally very detail oriented with Starscream. I mean, it seems kind of weird to have one Decepticon insignia on one wing. You know, that and this is a very, very the contrast between the background is kind of weird. So I think that's probably causing it to look a lot more. It's really the white background's not doing the details of this figure any justice.
That picture right there, he looks better than Blitzwing to me.
Yeah. I don't remember them having those hand cannons like Blitzwing had. I think they're just kind of throwing it in. I would rather them just put 5mm ports in the arms and giving them, plate, because like they remolded the missile pods that Blitzwing had. It would have been nice if they just allowed him to have his null rays.
They might detach.
It looks like they do, but I don't have Blitzwing handy. Does he have 5mm ports on the arms? Because it doesn't look like this does.
Yeah, but like I said, that alt mode, that undercarriage is bothering the heck out of me.
Oh, have you seen this movie yet, Dave? We have to yell at you.
Yeah.
He's got a point. You got to see him in action, though, to see that's not accurate, but it's very close. I mean, it's bulkier than it should be, but there is stuff under there. So you got to go watch it.
Watch the movie, Dave.
You got so much. You're not playing with toys. You're not opening boxes and playing with toys. I can't set up your house yet.
Time for myself, man. Do you mean Indiana movies? I still haven't seen the last Star Wars movie.
Oh no! Finally have time.
So wait and see him in action and see if that changes your opinion.
We have to have a nerd intervention where we make him do bad things.
This looks like something that if in the hands of a skilled customizer or painter, they could make this look really good. But as it is, it looks like not good at all.
I don't know where Blitzwing is, but I do remember being able to put the missiles onto his forearms. I mean, his arm.
I have to go grab them. I think this looks all right. I pre-ordered it today, so that's part of this too. This is up on Amazon and I believe Hasbro Pulse.
Yep. And that's the thing too. Like you said, we've seen so many product shots beforehand for both Studio Series and Earthrise or War for Cybertron, where the color scheme and the paint has been totally different. So I think we can go by mold on this and see what it looks like, but then the final paint, I just wouldn't worry about it till we see it in box.
Chris Barnes says this looks like Armada Starscream. I think that the red on here looks really saturated, and I think the red on the legs kind of gives it a little bit of that vibe.
Armada?
I mean, Armada Starscream didn't have a lick of blue on him.
Nope. Armada Starscream was red, black, a little bit of gray.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like the War Within Starscream, which looks like Cybertron Starscream, which looks like this Starscream.
Yeah.
Red Wing definitely looks like Armada Starscream.
Are you saying this Starscream is like the end result of multiplicity, or each copy is not quite as sharp as the one that came before it?
Well, speaking about products that aren't as sharp as the products that came before them, Hasbro, in their infinite wisdom, has decided to take the Japanese Golden Lagoon exclusives. You guys remember these from like 2018? And I can't tell if these are any different at all because, again, they're product shots, but they're definitely getting unique packaging. So this is a straight up. Actually, you know what? I got to go look at my Golden Lagoon Prime because I don't, and that I won on a raffle. I could not bring myself to pay for that. I can't remember if he had gold tires or not. But
what mold is that using?
MP10.
That is MP10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's MP10.
They go MP10 and Combiner Wars for the rest of the crap.
Yeah.
So, on all this.
Yeah. The thing is the pricing here. This is the old import pricing. So like,
that Soundwave, that was so horrible.
Yeah. So these are on Hasbro Pulse right now.
They can stay there.
The sad part is
they're calling it Takara Tomy and not just Hasbro.
Yeah, because there's the Takara Tomy logo right there, but also in the bottom left is the Hasbro logo.
They're treating those just like they treat Takara as a masterpiece. They act like it's not. They're just selling it through Hasbro, but it's really the import.
Yeah, and we'll save for the fact that it's got new packaging because this is definitely different packaging than because I have the Prime, and the Prime does not come packaged in a box that looks anything like this. This looks like KO packaging, in all honesty.
Did they have the price for the set that has Sea Spray in it?
Yeah. So that set with Perceptor, Sea Spray, and Beachcomber is $80.
That I'm kind of interested in, even though that's way overpriced.
Yeah, it's way overpriced. I believe Starscream is $40, and I think Soundwave was $80. So yeah, there's literally no reason for these things to be priced the way they are. I can understand Prime being over 100, but not 180.
Somewhere out there, there's going to be a collector who's going to be so proud to own these, and I'm glad that they're going to be happy.
Sure.
I am not that collector.
Say the deluxe Baldwin method and be like, I'm happy for you.
Yeah, I was thinking about him when you said that. Even though we know Jordan probably is going to own that gold Prime.
I already do.
Owns it.
Yeah, I won it in a raffle.
He just said that. Weren't you not paying attention? The man is right there.
I'm in the middle of trying to figure this guy.
Jordan, I'm paying attention to you. Okay, your time is. I find you worthy enough to pay attention to.
Well, thank you. Next up, we got an interesting one. This one comes from Flames Toys. This comes. This is an interesting one because this is part of their action line, and my understanding is the action line was the pre-painted model kits. So I'm not sure this is a standard Flames Toys release. But this is the Optimus Primal, and then I think painted this looks really good.
If it's coming out of the box painted like that, I'm gonna say it. I dig it. That would look really good on the shelf.
Have they even started releasing the pre-made model kits yet?
Yeah, they did.
Seen any? Well, I haven't been to a store since ever.
Well, they're not in stores. They're online.
Okay.
Online order only in the U.S. as far as I can tell.
That's
like they were carrying the model kits at Barnes & Noble, and I can't remember the last time I went to a Barnes & Noble.
I mean that's
like
last
time you and I were in White Marsh.
Probably.
That Primal looks like Primal and the Heavy Arms Gundam from Gundam Wing got together.
Yeah, if you like Optimus Primal, you're going to go ape for this, but it's got good paint.
Oh, that was bad.
Ouch. You've been saving that one, haven't you?
About 10 minutes.
But the thing is, the price on this is $175.
Nope.
And I'm out.
Yeah.
Like I
For $175, it needs to be a die-cast
and transform.
Legit flame toys.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say it had to transform, but it would have to be up to standard with the other Flame Toys releases.
Well, I would need ratcheted joints. I would need.
Yeah.
It would have to be that Curie Koru line or whatever they're called.
Right.
Yeah.
So here's my question here: is how big is this thing? Because it doesn't list that.
So it's gonna look bigger in the pictures.
Well, I mean, they're. I mean, I have the flame toys, Optimus Prime, the G1 one. And I mean, this thing is probably the best feeling model kit. I'm sorry, Dave.
Got the battle mask.
Yeah, that's they have it here. This is apparently like a bonus for early adopters.
Oh, yeah.
Like the Mask of Jushin will be included early. Yeah.
Yeah, Jushin, like the Japanese wrestler Jushin Thunder Liger, who just retired this year.
Okay.
That does look good, though.
It looks good.
Yeah, it looks great.
I'm curious how big it is.
Hey, Page, what's up, man?
I say that because the other ones I think were like $75 for the pre-painted kits, so they weren't charging that much of a premium. So I'm curious, like, what's different here?
Given the detail and just looking at like the hand and the detail in it, I would say this thing's probably got to be a larger scale. If I had to guess, and I do, because
those fingers look articulated.
That's what I mean.
They look it, but I don't think they are.
Well, they do look articulated. If they are articulated, there's no way it's the same size as the other model kits.
No, I think you're looking at a bigger figure.
Like twice as big, probably.
It might be as big as Optimus. That's what it's looking like to me.
I'd put money in on a raffle for it. How about that?
Yeah,
I'd like. I put money. I put $10 on a raffle for that.
I'd like to see Flames Toys do model kits, and I like their model kits. I'm not a fan of their what is it, Curie Kai? How do you say it?
Yeah, whatever.
The expensive ones.
Yeah, the expensive ones. I had the Drift, and I've messed with the Tarn. I sold the Drift. And if they did model kits in that scale, I'd be down. I'd be down to get occasional figures. Like, I had a lot of fun building this Prime. I have the IDW Prime upstairs.
I hear how fun that is.
I'm sorry, Dave.
I hate GameStop.
Didn't you get the movie Prime, or is that which movie Prime did you get?
I got the one that they designed, like the attack mode Optimus Prime.
No, I mean like the die-cast, non-transforming.
Oh yeah, the 3-0. Like
3-0. Okay, so yeah, I get them mixed up. 3-0 and Flame Toys sometimes.
And that's the thing is, like, people are like, oh, you just don't like non-transforming Transformers. So that's not the case. When I got that Drift, I didn't think it felt like a quality product. And there are a lot of people that were griefing me over, like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. I doubt you actually had it. I'm like, I have pictures, And
so Show Z has this thing listed at 15.5 centimeters. So
that doesn't sound like it's bigger than the normal.
That sounds like several inches. Exactly.
It's a 6-inch.
6.10.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah, I don't understand the pricing model for this. Then
that's really weird.
Unless the thing is
maybe
if it's not a model kit and it's actually like a die-cast figure.
These can't be articulated hands then.
It has to be already made for that price because they're model.
Well, no, it is already made. That's part of the action line. Like, these are already made, and they're pre-built, pre-painted. But I don't recall the others. Like, when they did the IDW Prime pre-built, pre-painted, it was like somewhere along the lines like $75.
Well, I know, but at that price, I want to open up and find basically a Sentinel figure in there as opposed to a Flame Toys model. I'm not even making a joke. That's what I expect. That's actually kind of what I'm hoping that's going to be.
Yeah, like they would swap out
more accessories than your other typical model kit.
Yeah, I mean, it's got the swords, it's got the guns. I mean, it looks good. I will really look forward to hearing when somebody gets one in hand what it's about. So I'll keep my finger on the pulse.
Look, you can even see the little ball joints on the end on the fingers and the sockets.
Yeah, just don't go bananas.
Oh, come on. All right, skip to the next topic.
All right. No more ape puns. All right.
Quit monkeying around.
Our last little bit of official news, we got a new photo, an in-hand photo of MP51RC. She's supposed to drop pretty soon. This looks like it's doctored, but it's apparently very high contrast. This shows her off posed, kind of a provocative pose, if you will. And I'm not sharing. Let me share. I fucking
you're enjoying this provocative pose,
right?
Reenact what the pose is.
That's not that provocative.
It's
suggestive. It's suggestive. Though. I think she looks good. It's interesting.
Thinking about something.
It's interesting to see her in scale with the Masterpiece Hot Rod here. I mean, again, they're not side by side, but I think she's going to be significantly smaller than not the Flames toys, the Fans Toys one.
That's MP4. No, that's MP4.
No, that's not MP4. That is the Target Master version of the second Masterpiece Hot Rod. Oh. You can tell by the purple shins here.
Oh, well, fine then. Wait, she is tiny, and she's going to be how much?
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's the camera angle. She's really close to the same height as Hot Rod from them other pictures.
Yeah, it is
I'm looking at that Target Master compared to her. I'm looking at that stack of tape boxes.
Yeah, those look like
those are the tape boxes that came with Sound Blaster.
T-Fan page 1 says it's like grandma trying to be sexy.
I'm impressed that someone got her into a suggestive looking pose though, because all the other pictures seem kind of grandma.
I think Azalea is sort of undersized compared to the rest, so I would expect this to be maybe a hair taller.
And that's still a backpack of doom there. I'm sorry. Look how, I mean, I think that backpack is propped up on those stacks of tapes.
It probably is.
Definitely.
I mean, she is back heavy, and so out and out.
But I mean, RC cheats, man. I mean, there's just not a good way to do it. This might be the best solution.
Look what T-Man's holding. That took care of the kibble quite nicely.
Well, yeah, but that's Partsformer too, and you have to take pieces off of it.
Well, we like Partsformer.
They haven't shown it, but I'm betting part of that backpack is probably detachable.
Sportimus says the car mode is the size of Sunstreaker, so be curious to see where that comparison is.
The Generations RC that came out was still, I think, one of the best versions of her ever.
Yep, I've got her as a permanent guest box now.
And she holds all her kibble just quite nicely. Yeah, she got dem hips, but aside from that,
kibble hanging off of her butt. The backpack all the way on her back is like hanging down her back as well.
And then MMC handled their versions of RC quite nicely. Their chug versions of them, they could have oversized that. I know, it's just I've seen it done better, and I am feeling no regret not having her in my collection.
I don't know. I think maybe the positive here is also, depending on how this thing turns out, I may pick one up. If it's shoddy construction, then maybe I'll be happy trying to pick up a Rouge on discount, as there's a fire sale happening right as it comes out.
That might be me.
Yeah.
But as far as the car mode comparison, Hot Rod is the same size as Sideswipe and car mode, but he's way taller. Mode.
I think
colors are fine. T-Fan page just said the colors are fine.
I think she's going to be my first official masterpiece that's just going to be in car mode on my display with like the extendo spikes coming out.
You might like her more though.
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I collect every official masterpiece, but I think Rouge, for what it's worth, does it as far as my robot mode display piece. I think she looks fine. I prefer the Azalea mode, or Azalea figure, not mode. I like that as just an all-around figure. I think it's got a fun transformation. It's got a decent amount of paint. Now the azaleas that I own are the original prototype RC and the stealth one. I don't have one in the G1 color scheme, but I really like that mold.
Yeah, I wanted that psychotic one that Matt and Joe got.
Yeah, it's just it is like Matt said, it is undersized.
Yeah,
I guess it depends on how you want to put it in your display, though. Right,
and RC's kind of iffy anyway, size-wise. So it really it's kind of in your own personal taste. It really is an undersized comparatively speaking. I mean, I'm looking at my stealth one standing relatively close to my Nicey, and it's fine. Like either one is correct as far as I'm concerned. Nicey's a little taller, the other one's a little stouter. No big deal. It's like you have the regular RC that stayed home, worked, went to college, and then you have the other one that had like the wild nightlife and took a very different route, and was the popular girl around town. And both are correct. Both do just fine.
I always thought she was tall. Like her and Hot Rod were always close to the same height.
I always thought Hot Rod was like a hair taller.
Yeah,
hair kid.
So when does this release stateside?
I believe the end of December.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
start another month and a half.
Getting close. I mean, let me check the Amazon Japan here.
I hope she has ratchets in the knees.
Yeah. Ooh, squeak.
And the ankle.
I mean, I'll give it to her. One thing though is that, like you said, the colors are good, and the face sculpt, at least from this picture, looks like dead accurate. I mean,
she's got toe tilt too.
That's rare.
That's very rare. So yeah, Amazon Japan says arriving December 30th to January 2nd. So I'm assuming, since they're ahead of us, probably December 29th is when she'll be in the hands of a lot of people. So right after Christmas.
Good times.
MP44 and MP45 are two that have toe tilt.
Sporner says, "Baby got backpack." Well, let's get into our third-party stuff because we've got just a little bit here, but we've got some quality, some never-before-seen stuff. So we'll get this one out of the way. First off, Shockwaves Lab. They're doing an LED kit for your Quintesson. Which
Dr. Egg who?
Yeah, exactly. Though, unfortunately, while this is a neat concept, I don't think the execution is really there. Maybe this looks better in person, but it looks like a cheap Halloween decoration. I feel like this Quintesson is going to get an like a Black Mamba treatment, to make it that masterpiece scale. Add a little extra detail, maybe some LEDs, but come in at maybe like an eighth of the cost of the X-Transbots one.
Why'd they put it in the middle of the face instead of the eye?
I think that's the only place they could put it. Like, so here they show the assembly instructions. Like, it comes with a little remote. It comes with 5 LEDs. They're showing here you got to take a screwdriver and take this back plate off, and it shows the assembly. Like, there's a little bit of space in there, but yeah, I don't know why. I guess I haven't taken mine apart, but I'm guessing that these are painted pieces, and they couldn't have just removed the eyes in the sake of putting in an LED.
I think
it's a video.
Yeah.
I mean, how much is it going for?
There is no news the price.
Okay.
But the little remote control is the Quintesson Journal.
I think that's
kind of nifty.
I like that better than a spiral spaceship.
Yeah.
That's completely out of scale.
All right. Next one. Next one, we've got a figure that I don't think anybody has quite seen yet. Toy World teased this a long time ago. and this looks good. So this is their Shatter. There's a name for this, and I did not put that in the notes.
It was Toy World. It's gonna be like Chef Boyardee or something like that, you know.
No, it's got an interesting name.
So this is Toy World.
This is Toy World, and this is supposed to be an actual triple changer.
Okay.
So no idea of the scale. I don't know if this is going to be in scale with Freedom Leader or not. No size comparisons kind of makes it a little bit hard to gauge. But I think this looks, at least as far as the robot mode's concerned, I think this looks pretty good. I'm hoping that this is in scale with regular movie Masterpiece, because that was like one of my issues that I had with their World War II line, is they were all studio series scaled. So it's really hard to gauge, like especially like looking at the hands. I mean, it looks like the fingers are pinned. You can see right there.
I mean, I get because it's a triple. I get because it's a triple changer, but that it's got a lot of bulk. Because again, that the whole lower body region is pretty wide.
Yes, I'm not liking that. I think she's probably Masterpiece scale, but from the pictures we saw before.
And probably doesn't have a waist swivel.
I'd be okay with that if it did the impossible. Like I love that impossible engineering where it's like, man, I didn't think that they could do it, but they did it. Jay Mine says the card mode will suffer most. I would imagine that too. T fan page says, I'm wondering about Dropkick. Dropkick was announced by Toy World, so.
If this is the same figure, the car mode does suffer. It has weird angles on the frame of the wheel wells.
Yeah, I imagine it being panelly as all fuck. I can't see this.
It was crazy panelly.
Yeah,
the jet mode looked good, and the robot mode is decent.
I'm looking at some pictures from stills from the movie, and them hips are accurate. She was kind of wide down there in the hips.
I wonder, can her legs kick out to the side?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know if it would have the clearance, because you can see like where the wheels are.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the Studio Series Jet version, they were able to figure it out, but they didn't figure it out on the car version.
Yeah.
Yeah, she didn't have wheels there though.
Yeah.
In the movie.
Oh, she has wheels?
Yeah, I mean, you can see them. You see the wheels on the back of the shoulders, and it looks like those are wheels at the top of the hips.
I think the shoulders are the turbines.
Well, no, like see,
mode.
Those are the turbines, but like right here.
Oh yeah, right there.
Yeah. That's why I need to start putting this on Google Drive so I can start next week. We'll change that.
Yeah, she did. She was built pretty solid.
T-Fan page, we need more female Masterpiece, so that's a good thing we did her.
We do. I'm ready for the onslaught of RC repaints, so we can get our medic, and we'll probably get an Alita one out of that.
I hope she's a new mold.
I hope she's a new mold too, but you know how they like to milk these repaints.
It's a big new Masterpiece. Alita 1's body looked nothing like ours. I don't remember what she transformed into.
I don't think she did.
She didn't transform.
Yeah.
She just passed out in Prime's trailer.
T-Fan pages, I feel like the Shatter First Piece would be harder to do. Dropkick has large parts in the robot mode, and it could work with. Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think there's a lot. Like Dropkick does have that really broad chest. A little bit more to work with.
I was looking at his picture. He got big legs. He did not skip a leg day.
It's our last little bit. It's still Toy World, but our last little bit of third-party news. It looks like Toy World's version of the Age of Extinction / Last Night Optimus Prime is going to be dropping pretty soon. A whole bunch of new pics surfaced on TFW. Somebody's got it in hand. There's some comparisons next to the Unique Toys one. This one is just a little bit taller than the Unique Toys one, and I thought the Unique Toys one was just a little bit too big. Doesn't appear that this is going to be, Freedom Leader sized, which is a huge bot. But I also...
So theirs is the one on the left?
Yeah, so theirs is on the left, and that's Unique Toys on the right.
Huh.
I think the Unique Toys one... Yeah, I don't either.
I was gonna say I kind of liked how the chest is. It's got a little more definition.
Yeah, I don't think that the lower abdominal section looks good. I mean,
not a fan of the upper legs, though. I do like the Unique Toys.
I don't like the arms either.
Yeah, he's got like Popeye arms.
The ship has sailed. The Bayverse is dead now, unless it's Studio Series.
Yeah. And like the back, I think the Unique Toys does the back a little bit better.
They do everything, but look at the legs.
And now they are gone.
Yeah, that's sad. Like the Galvatron is going to be their last release. I mean, they're showing here the Toy World one is much weightier. It's I can't tell. I guess it's 605 grams versus 488. I don't know. I feel like if you have the Unique Toys one, there's literally no reason to get this. I think the Unique Toys one is the Unique Toys one has its issues. T, I think your review was pretty fair. Especially like the ankles, pointing out those issues. It doesn't have forward toe tilt. I don't think this is going to have it either. It doesn't look like there's really much anything in those ankles or toes. I mean, obviously the back of the feet are a little bit better, but I just feel like we're going to be dealing with like some over engineering on this guy to get something that's in certain areas like the legs. I think are marginally better. The paint's certainly better, but as a whole, I think the Unique Toys one looks better.
Yeah, Unique Toys. My only problem was the feet. Like the forward motion on the toe needed to be locked in so he wouldn't fall over.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think when you bend the elbow and it has the elbow pad is like still right here. I didn't like that. And maybe ab crunch being greedy.
Well, he does have the ab crunch. The ab crunch though could have been ratcheted. It just kind of like it breaks the sculpt up a bit when you engage the ab crunch, and it's just that unpainted like white gray plastic, like the same thing that's on the back of the knees. It's like it's super durable, but it doesn't look the best. All right. Well, that'll wrap it up for Transformers talk. Let's get into some non-Transformer stuff. I see Matt added some stuff in here. So let's
breaking news.
Let's hop into that first. So there was a Tamashii Nation 2020 virtual event. We had one of those not too long ago.
They've been teasing it for all week, showing bits and pieces of figures on their Instagram. And tonight they released a whole bunch of stuff.
I'm not familiar with this Godzilla. Joe, what do you know about this one?
That looks like the Godzilla that would go with that Biollante.
Biollante, yeah.
Yeah.
NECA just released that one, too.
I thought Monster Arts already did this one. I know they did a Biollante, but maybe they didn't do the Godzilla. If they're re-releasing that Biollante, I might have to try to get that. Trying to get one now. The original release is that's a big spend.
What the hell would you do with it? I mean,
it just sits there. Yeah, I mean, it probably will still manage to fall apart somehow.
Like Ghidorah. Ghidorah those tentacles will fall from the shelf and crash into it, and they'll fight on the floor.
Yeah, those tentacles will probably fall right off. But yeah, it looks cool.
It's a long tail. It's a really long tail.
Yeah, that Godzilla probably has nothing special about it. It's probably much like all the rest.
It's a repaint.
You know what? That Biollante looks bigger.
That or the Godzilla is smaller.
Yeah, I think it's bigger.
I have some fertilizer.
That's one you can just get like a like a vinyl, like a statue.
Yeah,
It doesn't really have to move.
One of those soft vinyl ones, the Subafus or whatever they call those things.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Next up, we got their Endgame figures.
I can't get excited about this anymore.
Some of these look like straight up re-releases. I know Caps. You have your Worthy Cap. You have
there are quite a few re-releases that were announced in other lines, so it wouldn't surprise me.
And Black Widow. I mean, hey, at least this is one time where Figuarts figures are probably going to come out before the movie.
And they'll be accurate, hopefully, to the final release, as opposed to Figuarts' model of going off the designs beforehand and then releasing it.
That War Machine's cool, but I mean, the Marvel Legends wasn't that. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah. Apparently that's Iron Patriot, isn't it?
Kind of. That's the one from Endgame. Iron Patriot didn't have the giant missile pods on its shoulders.
Well, I mean, the color scheme and all.
Color scheme, yeah, but...
Yeah.
I don't think they ever called him War Machine, did they?
Yeah. In the Iron Man 2, they said, so you want to play War Machine?
Oh, yeah. I hate when they do that. Just give the people their daggone comic name.
You know, there's a healthy middle ground for it. It's not like you have to do like X-Men First Class did, where they're like all sitting around going like, what are our code names going to be? Just call them that. Just say like War Machine.
I will have to become Superman 4, The Quest for Peace.
I was going to say that. He said the thing.
You know what's funny is we watched Hocus Pocus on Halloween.
Oh, so did we. That did not end well.
It didn't end well.
What?
I think it ends the same way every time.
No, because the cat dies.
Oh, well,
sort of. And my daughter started bawling.
Thanks.
She was like, "Oh my god, the cat's gone!" It's like, yeah, but that's so he can be free. But the cat's dead.
He lived 200 years or 300 years.
But it didn't matter. Yeah. Still the hottest movie just Harrison Parker was in.
I watched the review for Hocus Pocus. Does that count?
Yes, it does. You got the Cliff Notes version.
Yeah, they told me every day on thing.
I still like it.
Doesn't look bad.
Yeah. This doesn't look bad, but at the same time, is it that far off from the Marvel Legends one? I think it's interesting that she's got this strap here that's like molded into the hip, which is an interesting solution because you're not going to deal with like some of the, issues where if that was a piece, you wouldn't get the articulation out of it. But
that's not a huge problem on the Marvel Legends.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Is typically not a big problem there, and then here you're dealing with breaking up the sculpt just for doing like a forward leg pose.
I think especially for MCU, with a few exceptions, it's almost like how Black series is going now, where you could buy the $60 version, but the $20 one, especially for a display, really does the job.
Especially with Black series, because it's like, God.
Her ankles and arms are gonna have way better articulation than Marvel.
That's true that, but I'm saying like for a display piece.
That's what I was just about. That plays into what I was saying too. For Black series, it's like how many people have Star Wars displays that have crazy poses? For whatever reason, Star Wars figures just don't lend themselves. I don't ever think of any of their characters in the craziest poses, like a Boba Fett in flight or maybe a Mandalorian in flight. Everything else, they're just fucking standing there with their lightsabers out.
I'd love it if you like made like the entirety of your old white man shelf like doing like the Iron Man pose.
Okay. Challenge accepted.
If they can.
If they can.
I'll have them take their back pills first.
Either that or at least have them doing the my hip pose.
Or like a booty pop pose.
No. Anyway, Thor looks good.
Yeah, so it looks like Figuarts is reissuing all their original Avengers figures. So if you missed the boat on having your original Avengers, they've got you covered. I still think that this cat, like Iron Man looks good, Thor looks good. I love the cape on Thor. Hulk's been a good mold. I used to have the Figuarts Hulk. He's a very fun. I still have the Gladiator one, but the Plain Hulk is really fun. I still have Iron Man. I have the Iron Man 2 Iron Man in my display still.
Same here. I got Iron Man 2 and the War Machine from that.
Cap just looks flat. I feel like they have a hard time nailing Captain America. I think it's interesting here that they weren't afraid to give him like a battle damaged shield, but like a black wash on this figure would have really.
He looks he looks generic.
Yeah,
he actually looks like a KO figure in the midst of these high end figures. When I look at this display,
yeah, it's like they took.
That's what the costume looked like, though.
I know that, but I mean it was darker. Like I feel like it's just like it's too bright.
All right, next picture.
All right, going on. Get another look at Thor. I like the effects piece there. At least the face looks a little bit better. It doesn't not look like Chris Evans, but it's just I don't know.
It's like the Wish version.
Yeah. Then we get into
this is the surprising part. This is the part that made me add this to the doc. This is an SH Figure Arts release of Pac-Man and Pac-Man things.
Yeah, I love Pac-Man. I absolutely love Pac-Man. So this is like right up my alley.
So the next picture is one I'm kind of excited about.
Is that supposed to be a Super Chigoken? A Solo Chigoken?
I'm not sure what that is.
It does look like it. Yeah, it does look like it.
That's a Solo Chigoken.
Or at least it's like a kind of a little nod to
there.
Yeah. Oh,
this is what I want. This is exciting.
That is a must buy for me.
Yep.
Same.
I don't know anything about it. The pictures literally popped up at the beginning of the show, so I thought, well, I need to just add it, and we'll figure it out.
And this just looks like yeah. Yeah, I want both of those. I want that, and I want the Figure Arts Pac-Man.
I'm shocked they don't release more of this. I'd be forgetting that Namco owns Bandai, or Bandai owns Namco, whatever. They're partners.
I'm curious. Is this the same Pac-Man? That can't be.
You would think after all the time that
yeah,
Bandai would have been making me Tekken figures.
You would think, but they let Storm do it.
I didn't even think about that. See, that's why I forget that it's Bandai Namco.
Dude, you forget you'll forget what we said 5 minutes after we said it.
So it looks like
this doesn't move. That looks like just a statue.
It may be, but it looks like there's some articulation.
So the first is called the Pac-Man. That second one that you're looking at is a Chigoken Pac-Man. And then the last one is the SH Figure Arts release.
Yeah. I want the Figure Arts and the Pac. I definitely want those two. The Chigoken one, I'm like,
it's a novelty piece.
Yeah, it's a novelty piece, and it's like, what is it from? Like one of the crappy like Pac-Man.
The ghosts they look like they have levers in their back. Maybe they move, and their eyes probably light up or something.
All right. Next up, we got a re-release of some NECA figures. This will excite some. Just a quick little gloss over this. Splinter and Shredder are getting a 2-pack. Hey, maybe there's hope I'll be able to get a Casey Jones. I don't really need the Sky's Wrath, but it's cool to see that both of these figures are getting re-releases for those that can't find it. Doesn't say whether it's a Walmart exclusive or not.
I mean, I passed over both Splinter and Shredder twice. I might get this 2-pack for the third round, just now that I can set up a display properly. Plus, I picked up 2 ninjas.
Yeah.
I don't have the turtles, so this is a skip.
How did you not get the turtles?
I bought them and then I sold them neat.
Okay then. So you didn't keep the turtles, is what you're saying?
Right.
Now, next
I pulled a Matt.
Is that a thing? I guess it's a thing.
No, pulling a Matt is keeping a reservation at Big Bad Toy Store and canceling it a week before it gets
One day I will send you a list of my cancellations at Big Bad, and you will be like, man, look at this. It'd be like ticker tape. Just keep going. All these cancellations.
I have the first Carnage Marvel Select. It is probably my favorite Marvel Select of the 6 I own. This looks good.
I think this looks very good. I mean, I like the black wash on here. I think both of these face sculpts look great. These are some really cool effects that they have for the tentacles. I like that they're articulated.
They are not on the first Carnage. The only thing that's on that first Carnage is that tentacle on his shoulder sticking out right there.
Yeah.
That has those ports for it. I mean, the hands have a completely different paint job to it. The weapons are all new sculpts, and that backpack's pretty cool. Oh, that face sculpt.
I mean, these look pretty good. And, no, there's more. There's more.
This is a good T-Man. This is a select I would recommend for you.
Yeah, especially since when it comes to Venom and Carnage, there's scale isn't really a deal breaker if you wanted to put this in with your Marvel Legends.
Exactly.
So I think this Carnage looks really good. Next up, we have a Venom, which I don't think as much. I mean, it comes with some cool stuff here, but this kind of, to me, reeks of Toy Biz Venoms that we saw in the past.
I agree. Of these two, I would pick up the Carnage. I would not pick. I'm not a fan of that face sculpt.
Yeah, I don't like that, and I also don't like the fact that the bottom of his chest logo, it's right where the waist cut is. So it's if you want to get him in any dynamic poses where he's got his waist rotated, it's going to break up the paint.
Look at the hips. For both figures, the hips weird.
That's Diamond Select. That is what it is. The way they engineer their hips. I just this just weird.
I'm gonna pass on that one.
Well, next up we have a figure that is a Marvel Legends figure that I guarantee not a single person on the Figure Action podcast is going to skip.
That's a bold claim.
That is a bold claim. Say it, Dave. Say the line.
Parker, you're fired.
I was going to say, bring me pictures of Spider-Man.
I know. I did that on purpose.
So the retro collection of Spider-Man still going strong. And we're going to do this J. Jonah Jameson figure. I need this in my life. I plan on going to Michael's and making myself a little desk for him and a chair when I get him.
I can say, if you are a fan of J. Jonah Jameson and you're a Spider-Man fan, the current, it's been 50 issues now of Amazing Spider-Man has been one of the best runs, and it has the best Spider-Man, J. Jonah Jameson interaction ever.
That's intriguing. I might have to look into that.
I highly recommend this. It's 50 ish. It's 52 issues now. The entire run is fantastic, and I need this figure. It's using.
I'm gonna skip.
The amount of detail they put into the newspaper alone in this is amazing. They have, if you go on social media, I don't know if we have a picture here or not, but the detail on the newspaper is fully formed stories. The picture of Spider-Man on there is the picture of the Marvel Legends Spider-Man. There's a reverse side with news articles that are. It's really well done. It's definitely with care and love.
Yeah, I just think everything about this. I think everything about this looks great. We've got some pictures of the paper. I can't find them right now, but this newspaper that he comes with actually is fully fleshed out. It even has a little blurb about the cyborg Spider-Man, and this is all toy photography on the paper, and that's incredible to me.
I missed the pre-order. Hopefully, I'll be able to catch it at GameStop.
Yeah, I'm hoping to be able to find it on Amazon or
it's a fan channel exclusive.
Oh, it is?
Mm-hmm.
Which hopefully I'll find it at GameStop.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat then.
If I was collecting these role-playing stuff, I'd want this.
Yeah. I still want the Punisher one. That's like when GameStop has it on clearance. And GameStop's been sitting on those Punisher ones for months and months now.
Anybody that cares, Jameson's still up on Big Bad.
Ooh, thank you. I will go pre-order.
Got a little bit of that Big Bad tax, but
it's worth it for him.
I was gonna say if GameStop finds me, I could use my $5 off.
So we're gonna round out the night with some Dragon Ball stuff. Dragon Ball Z and Super.
Keep talking. There's more Dragon Ball stuff.
Kev sent it to me, so.
Oh, good. Okay, good.
Yeah, we're gonna go there.
Cool.
So we've got Frieza's first form with the pod. I think this looks really good. Yeah, I like how they implemented the scouter here. Hopefully the pod comes with that stand.
I imagine it would.
Yeah.
Now this part's interesting. So in order to get him into the pod, there is some parts forming.
I think this is clever. I think this is a good way to do it.
You literally have to rip him apart like Megatron did to Jazz, and then cram him into.
It's not even like that. It's like when the Destructo disc got him.
Yeah. I mean, this is really probably the only way they could do to get him in there.
I think it's super effective. I mean, there's no way you could if you had him just sitting there, you wouldn't be able to have the detailed interior, and the pod would have been much larger. So I'm fine with that. But the face sculpts here are
yes.
I think they pulled it off beautifully.
Yeah, the one where he's like laughing, that maniacal laugh looks really good.
Yeah.
God, I might have to get. I phased out of getting Dragon Ball figures, but I might have to get this one. Fuck. Hopefully, it's not crazy priced with that pod. But I say that though. But like the other Frieza, and it came with a whole bunch of parts and other the rock piece, and depending on which version you got. So if this is sparse in other accessories, like I'm fine with that.
I'm gonna say $80.
If it is, if it's sub 100, I'm down.
I was gonna say, I mean, it comes with everything that you need, especially like the death ball effect.
Yeah, we'll go back there.
Just a tiny little death ball. That's all I need this one.
Because the figure itself should be really small.
Right.
So they compensate by giving you the piece. I like that.
Yeah.
And those are probably reused pieces for like Jace's legs or something like that.
He's probably even smaller than that.
I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. His legs are really small.
I think this will be a hit.
Is that some sort of?
That's a reference to Dragon Ball.
Is that like an attempt to segue? Because this is not hit. That is a different.
That's not hit. That's right. Well, neither.
That's going to be quite a Chaozu.
But yeah, we got a lot more Dragon Ball stuff going, and Fig Arts.
Get myself comfortable.
Yeah, Fig Arts is going ham on their Dragon Ball figures now.
I'm a little surprised by this.
So Chaozu, we just get a look at the figure. We don't get a look at any of the accessories. It looks like he's an individual release. I would have thought they would have teamed him up with Tien.
Well, that might be where you get some of other. I imagine that thing might have some pack-ins with it. Stuff that you would not normally get.
Yeah. Like
I would throw in some Cybermen with that.
Right, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I was gonna say with Tien, you'd want him to have all the hands, all the different facial expressions. Maybe Chaozu comes with a big explodey effect, so you can replicate him blowing himself up. Then we get this definitely has to be a Namek Vegeta because he doesn't have the tail.
I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is
at first I thought this was a reissue, but the blue suit, the Saiyan armor didn't come with the regular hair.
He looks like he's trying to dress. He looks like he's trying to dress as the Killmonger.
It looks like Android Saga.
Could be
Vegeta.
He doesn't have shoulder pads.
Yeah, he doesn't have the shoulder pads.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got a short-haired version of Yamcha. I believe that was the Cell Saga, right?
Yeah. That one third-party thing, they put out a head kit that basically let you do this, but yeah.
It's kind of interesting that like a lot of these figures when we're already into them, they're almost like a response to third party.
Yeah. Now I will buy this if it comes with. Well, they also have to do the other androids, but if it comes with a dead him with a big giant hole in the middle of his body and like a dead face, then yeah, I will buy this.
Then we've got TN.
Is this different because it's got the over the shoulder? Is that what's different from the other?
It's the
which like you said is a response to the demonical. Is that
because I think that one kit came with
the kit. Yes,
it came with the sash for him, and it came with the head. Like I think it came with 2 different heads for Yamcha.
Strong Games says, I got 2 of them Great Apes for sale at GameStop. Got plans to the freezer. I saw the Great Ape at GameStop. I'm like, man, if that thing ever goes on clearance.
He's a big boy.
Then we got the Ginyu Force, which we've covered before.
Nice to see them all in one place.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the thing is, I think this is the first time I've seen official photography where they're all all together.
That Gildo does not look like a articulated figure arts there. That almost looks like a
figurine.
Yeah.
ExtraZero.
Look at the way his legs are posed.
He's static.
That looks like a static figure. They cheat.
You think he comes with somebody else?
Yeah, he's a pack-in with I can't remember the blue dude's name. I think he's a pack-in with him. Kev can chime in. Kev's in the chat. If when he catches up, he can chime in. But I'm pretty sure he's a pack-in.
Well, I hope he's articulated though. I don't want a static one.
I think it's static.
That looks like what are those things that you get at Barnes
and Noble?
Barnes and Noble, the Fig Art Zero or whatever, or maybe
Zero articulation.
Next.
Looks like they got all the sizes right on that. All the scale and the heights are right on all those.
My Inklings came with 2 fat cats like that didn't move.
This is weird.
I'm not sure what's going on here.
Yeah, I don't know. You would think they would have done like a dedicated Super Saiyan 2 instead of another.
That's what I thought this was at first, but I'm like, the hair's not right and there's no lightning effects.
Just looks like a different. It's almost like they're going with a different paint and finish scheme, like a more like they do with the bots, they tune accurate color schemes. That's
right. And SHF does the premium color schemes too. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here.
Is this the? What is that guy's name? The Frieza Saga Goku when he first became Super Saiyan.
No,
that would have been the Awakening Goku.
Yeah, this would be more of like just another.
He didn't have his shirt. His shirt got blown up the first time he went Super Saiyan, if I remember.
Yeah.
It's interesting that there's like a gradient in the hair. I don't recall that before.
And that also might be different from final release too. You never know.
Yeah.
But it's like the closer you get to the top, the lighter it is.
It's a Goku.
And this is a buy. This is amazing.
This is a buy.
Even if it's just cardboard for the backdrop, still
just the fact that it's. I would pay money for just having the fact that he has the hands with the chopsticks, but the fact that it comes with all the food and the big stack of plates.
Hopefully, the tables and chairs.
Yeah, everything. Like it does need to have. I don't see a noodle bowl. Like I do see one noodle bowl, but I don't see like he needs to be able to hold a noodle bowl.
Yeah.
And it does look like his face is cheeks are full of food, so that's good. He needs to have a noodle bowl, and there needs to be like a piece where he's like got a bunch of noodles hanging off the chopstick.
Woo!
So we've got a what's up?
Hit is new.
Yeah, Hit.
There should be better pictures of Hit coming up.
Yeah. Got Jiren, Vegeta, and Goku. There's
there he
closer
is.
Look at him.
That looks really good.
Me likey.
It looks really good.
I'm curious though, are these functional pockets? Because there's no way that you can swap out those skirts.
I think they are. I'm willing to bet that's
if it's like
material.
like a soft rubbery, they could just be like a slit,
unless they did like they did with the JoJo Bizarre figures, where his hands actually have no fingers and they just are rounded off and fit in those pouches.
Unless you have a karate chop type hand that could function for both. If you look at the depth of the pocket, it looks like there's definitely something.
Yeah,
it doesn't just cut off the finger. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you look below the waist, you'll see it bulging out. That's the key. Just focus on that.
The bulge in his
below the waist. Yeah.
While y'all are saying that, his head looks like a different type of head.
It does. The color is weird to me. Do you feel like the colors, the skin tone is a little light on this or not?
All I know is you guys are sitting there talking about bulges, staring at this poor guy's purple head. So you know what? That's all you.
We'll see what the final.
Yeah.
I think those flaps on the front pop off and get replaced.
That's Cell Shell.
Yeah, I think this is probably going to come with Yamcha. If I had to guess.
Yeah.
Or is this from is this Cell Shell, or is this from like one of the Cell Juniors? Or the Cell Juniors?
That's his molted. Like when he climbed out of the time capsule, he molted.
Man, if the Cell Junior, if Yamcha comes with the Cell Juniors, that'd be something, or at least one of them, like the Cyberman.
Now, will the Cell Shell sell well by the seashore?
Now that would be a way to get people to buy the Goku, the Vegetas, the Tien, and Yamcha again. Is have each one come with a Cell Junior. That would make some sense.
I need to watch this saga.
Paint on this looks awesome, though.
Yeah.
Then we get our first adult Bulma. You can see
this is not the look of Bulma that I wanted.
It's not. It may not be but you know it's coming though.
Yeah.
They got to do this one first.
I want Super Bulma.
Yep, that's what I want. But that's not what this display is about, so I get it.
Is that Gohan new?
It's been announced and maybe even close to release.
It
is somewhat close.
Let's see. Then last up, we've got Nappa, which has been released before, but I don't think that he was painted like this.
Yeah, that
premium color version of it.
Yeah. Yeah, my Nappa's got it's brown where all the yellow bits is brown on mine. That's on the first one. This might be like the manga color.
That's kind of how I remember him in the well, maybe it is. But it just seems like there's like airbrushing around the creases of the muscles.
Mm-hmm.
And
which is nice to see because figure arts, the Dragon Ball figures have seemed to have gotten they've shied away from a lot of texturizing and coloration in the joints and shading. It seems like a lot of their figures here as of late have been very plain plastic. So if this is the way it's going to be painted up, that's a nice change, kind of back to their roots.
Yeah, and you know, Figuarts is supposed to be a premium company, so it's nice to see some premium paint jobs showing up on some of these figures, because you know, especially we looked at the Avengers figures not too long ago, and I thought for a long time Figuarts did a great job with their Star Wars and their Marvel figures, but lately they've just kind of been flat and cartoony. So it's nice to see kind of a return to premium paint jobs, even if it's on Dragon Ball figures. But that's probably their bread and butter.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, I do. I want them to focus on the Dragon Ball stuff, and they've been announcing a lot of stuff, so that's good.
All right. Well, that's all we've got for figure releases tonight. But I want to round out tonight's episode. You know, it's been a hell of a year, and you know, I don't think we need any real recap on why it's been a hell of a year. But I wanted to turn over a discussion tonight. Like, what have been, and chat, chime in, what have been your go-to figures throughout the year? The figures that you've kind of kept close, that you've messed with. It can be a despot. It can be a figure that you just keep picking up. I just want to know, what is it that you guys have been kind of making your distraction figures, or the figure that you kind of mess up, you kind of pick up and mess around with when you're feeling stressed out?
I can answer right off the cuff, and that's here recently more so than not, is that that's exactly why I've been getting those Beast boxes. That's perfect for, I throw one in my lunchbox to take to work and throw one on my desk and rotate them out, and they're sitting upstairs on my little desk where we keep our mail and stuff, and I can just walk through the kitchen, grab one, and mess with it if I'm thinking or just walking around doing something, or I just need to sit down for a minute. They're perfect for it. So that's my answer off the cuff.
When I had my stuff out, it was probably my Astrobot. That's probably easily one of the best things for me to mess around with. I could grab a random weapon. So it was. I would say it's probably him that I kept most near my photo booth when it was together, and maybe I think maybe a Marvel Legends Spider-Man, just because, again, really fun to pose.
It's changed for a lot for me. I wouldn't say there's one or even two that it's like a couple weeks, you know, I'll spend time with one figure and then kind of move on to another. But it was the bull, sideswipe bull for a little while. It was Earthrise Prime for a little while. Yeah, just kind of keep rotating them out.
My thing, I'm on Joe's method. I had a whole bunch of toys over here, but it's been my goal to keep the review area fairly decent. But recently it's been Nicey. But before that it'll be probably some random G.I. Joe or some random Transformer. But right now I'm gonna say Nicey.
For me, it's been a little bit between like Joe and T. I mean, I have stuff that rotates in, but like the three staples on my desk have been my Astrobots, my little Toynami super deformed Voltron never leaves my desk. This is a figure I love to mess with. That I don't think I could ever part ways with this little figure, and I don't know what it is about it, but it's just been like kind of a permanent staple. And I think this one's gonna be like a little bit of a weird one, but that spoiler pack Ultra Magnus that came out earlier in the year, he never really found a place in my Siege collection, and kind of as a result, he's been a permanent despot, and I find myself really messing with this figure a lot and enjoying it. You know, it's just like kind of like one of those things where it's like kind of a misfit toy. I double dipped. I don't have a place for this. I guess it's supposed to be him when he's dead, and yet, like when I'm in calls, I'll just kind of like take the core robot out, mess with him, and I still have all my GI Joes on the shelf. And I'm actually going to be putting up a couple or 3 shelves in the office by the weekend, and I'm going to have my Joes in the office. But like the Red Ninja and the Cobra Trooper, I definitely want to keep my GI Joes in the office, because the Red Ninja, the Cobra Trooper, and Baroness are 3 that I'm constantly messing around with. I still have the Baroness bike here. So I think having the GI Joes in my office is going to be pretty awesome.
Cool.
I should also add that my Betty White flashlight has been a home away from me, and pretty comforting.
This
No
I've been moving around.
I could have lived my entire life without hearing that sentence.
That'll be the next episode. Is Matt's Betty White flashlight?
Is it like Velvet Rub edition?
Oh my, the detail.
On that note,
speaking of detail, one thing I've been spending a lot of time doing lately is Gundam markering almost everything.
Let me see this here.
Let me tell you something. So certain figures really lend themselves to adding a little bit of shading here and there. This is one I would say, if you haven't done it, do it, because it just makes it pop so much better. It adds a lot of detail to it. I'm getting a little better at like shading little panels like this that would otherwise just be the same color plastic.
Yeah, it just gives it that little bit of life dimension.
Yes, and especially a figure like this, which like a tank is gonna be like grimy, dirty. I do want to. I wouldn't say that I would take something like weather in it, but I do want to start getting like practicing with like subtle weathering effects.
You know what I used to do when I built Gundams?
What's that?
Is I'd take silver paint and I'd paint a piece of paper, and I'd let it dry a little bit, and I'd use that as my dry brush.
Okay.
And so you paint, just cake it on like a piece of printer paper and fold it, and you can like get like flat areas and get like a very subtle dry brush effect and kind of make it look like paint's worn off.
Okay. So what I did with this was I actually took the gray Gundam marker and just kind of colored in a whole area, and then take a Q-tip and just kind of like work it out.
Like stuff it in.
Yeah, and then it just leaves it like a little bit of like a stain behind. And then even like with the guns, like all the little recessed areas of the guns, it just kind of adds a lot of depth to it.
Mm-hmm.
This thing, I almost want to get another one just to leave in alt mode as in a tank, because it looks so good and so clean.
You might be able to pull it off with your blast offs.
Yeah, maybe I should just place another order with Show Z, and I'll just get like more. I don't know. I'll probably just get more blast offs.
So you have Swindle already, right? So you're just missing Vortex.
Yeah, and I will say this: my little quick review of this whole set is I started with what I think is going to be the best one first. We'll see. Vortex looks really good, but I had a lot of fun with this guy, and I haven't done all the panel lining, but I did get the decals from Toy Hacks. You can see on the legs there, add a little bit of detail to it. But I think he might be the best one out of the whole set as far as overall looks, articulation, playability. Brawl looks the best in alt mode. He looks fantastic. I think he's a little too tall. Blast Off is a terrible bot, like completely terrible bot. It's utter trash, but it's a nice, really clean looking shuttle. He's like, especially from the waist down, is garbage. But that's my opinion.
Yeah.
And Onslaught. He's a little too chunky in the waist so far. I haven't spent a whole lot of time with him. I can
identify with that.
I got him into proper Onslaught mode, and I'm not too happy with the waist. But the point of these is to put it in it's to make Bruticus. So I'll get there eventually. I guess I could do it now with maybe just one arm or 2 blast off arms, but I guess one would be kind of backwards.
You gotta put some LR44s in that head there.
I need to get LR44s. I don't have it.
You guys just gotta swing by one day unannounced because I've got like a whole thing of batteries here. Like,
yeah, and the last time we did a hangout, I was a jerk and I didn't show up. I probably could have.
God. Yeah, I've got like a whole thing of LR44s right here.
That's one of those like easy. Like I never remember to actually order them.
Yeah, I know. It's like, hey, drive all the way to Zero's house so you can get $5 batteries or $5 worth of batteries for free.
Yeah, but I'll get around to it. But no, yeah, I do like I like all the figures so far. They're not perfect, but we'll see. When we get it into combined mode, how they all come together.
Kev says the buy is a setter to buy each individual bot. Right now, it's each individual. MMC said no box set, but I think honestly, I think they will probably do a box set at some point when they're trying to get the people that didn't buy it to begin with.
I don't see why they can. Yeah, they should.
You should get it, Kevin.
You should get it.
No, I'm doing reverse psychology. He does the opposite of what I said.
You should buy 2 sets, Kevin.
Honestly, having Verticon, because I've had Verticon twice. I had the original version, which I really liked. It was an awesome combiner, and then I got the toy colored one because of my OCD. Now Winston has my original one, and I've also got the MMC as my individual bots, but the MMC ones, they're just so much fun. They're so much fun to flip back and forth. The Zeta ones, they're not any slouch either. They're just not, really cartoon accurate at their core. And the MMC ones definitely take some liberties, but I like the scale of the Zeta one better. I think if you're going to do a combined one, go Zeta. But honestly, if you don't care about scale, the MMC one is the way to go.
Yeah, and you, like you said, they're fun to transform. They're easy to transform. And what's weird is that being that they're all like the thing is all built in, and there's really no parts forming whatsoever, that they're also very easy and simple to transform.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And not only into, because if all he did was turn into a tank, or all Blast Off did was turn into a shuttle, then that would be pretty easy to understand. But the fact that they hide the elbow for a combiner and hands and everything in it, which is why he doesn't have any ankles at all, which I get it. But, just the fact that you can transform it very easily and it has all that extra stuff built into it, but it doesn't get in the way of the alt mode to bot mode transformation.
Yeah, I think the ankles, though. Are you talking like the ankles for Bruticus?
Blast Off.
For Blast Off. Well, for Blast Off,
he's got his hand is like in there.
Yeah, technically he does have them, but they're way too high up, so you can break the shin to get it if you really wanted to. But because the feet are round, it's like, does he really need them? Because it's like he's got, and that's cartoon accurate. Like, does he really need ankles if you've got round feet? Because it's like, I understand the logic there. I'm not saying that I didn't want him to have like some sort of like ankle cut to make it like appear that like he was spreading what would be feet a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
the joints on these things are like the best joints in the world.
You're talking about TV League?
Yes, it is so fun moving them around, moving the body, because it's like they're right.
That's the fun part.
When you pick them up and if you put your finger right here, it always feels weird, like feels like real butt cheeks.
Wait a minute, is that a TV League? That Wonder Woman's TV League?
Yeah.
I just thought of like a Chappelle Show quote.
What God, you might send me a link. I thought that was like a Hot Toys.
It's Sideshow and TV League teamed up.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
You should have watched the review.
Does he do reviews?
Click the link below.
No if you want to see where any of us are, you can check the show description and find out where we are outside of the show. I mean, everybody knows where to find T-Man978. If you don't, there's a helpful tool called Google. That's www.google.com. Type in T-Man978.
You want to see what Wonder Woman looks like naked?
Woo.
Speaking of that, the B. Arthur fleshlight's in stock.
Oh,
Jesus Christ! All right, well, I think that's a good note.
Why is it so big?
You don't lube it. You just put talcum powder.
Anyway, don't forget, buy our t-shirts. Buy our t-shirts.
Yeah, that'll do it for tonight's show. Big shout out and thanks to everybody in the chat for hanging out with us tonight. It's been fun being here. It's been fun having you, and we'll see you all again next Thursday, 9:00 Eastern Standard Time. Good night and have a great weekend.
Good night. Love you all.